So this is where I have my comic book stored. It's by Etronic. I got it from Amazon and it's really cool. It says it's waterproof, but I don't know how if there's zippers. But if you were to lift this, it's like 40 pounds. So I have a huge collection right now. Here is how it looks on the inside. So they're very, very tightly packed right now. Right now I'm storing it in my X-Men box here. This is my 2023 collection here so far. And then I just put this Immortal X-Men lid on top of it. I got this at my local comic book shop. So it looks like that. Because there's no room for my current ones. So I have to put them in here. So I think I have everything in alphabetical order. I'm not sure, but I guess we're gonna find out. So we have here, I'm not gonna open them. I'm just gonna show you from here because there's like too much to go through. I'll never be done. Here we have the Avengers Assemble, Alpha. Here we have Eve of Judgment. This is all from 2022. We have free, Judgment Day from Free Comic Book Day. So this whole series was actually decent. The whole Judgment Day series. I feel like it could have been better. It was just quite alright. I started my collection in March of last year because I was reading the current X-Men Krakoa run on the Marvel Unlimited app, and it came to a point where I no longer could keep reading it on the app because the app is like 3 months behind, if that makes sense, or else like comic book shops wouldn't make any money. So I had to start reading it from in person, like the physical copies at the comic book shop, because this one's really good. Because sorry, this was really good, but when I bought the actual trade paperbacks, it was like because what am I even saying? Oh yeah, because I had to start reading it in person because I got to the current issues, if that makes sense. So then that's kind of how they trap you with the comic books, by buying them every single week when you read a good storyline, and then it has all these other tie-ins and then like the one-shots, and then it's just like you become a victim to this trap of collecting comic books. So all of these are literally just from March 2022 starting to today. Also, the Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths event took place at the same time as the Judgment Day for Marvel. So there was 2 big events going on last year for Marvel and DC in total. And the Marvel one was better. I don't know why, but like the DC one to me was like meh. Not that it really flopped, but like this is the end. This is the last of the Dark Crisis. Not that it flopped, but it's more like it was just like kind of unnecessary, it felt like. And then the other tie-ins were definitely unnecessary too. It's crazy because no one could have prepared me for this giant collection that I was going to have. And this is not even like a giant collection, to be honest, because I've seen other people's single issue collections and it's just like so wild. I don't like to hoard stuff. I love to read a lot of books, and this comic books obsession really started last year. But I really don't want to just collect them just to collect them, because that's like, to me, that's like not what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to only read good stories, and sometimes the stories are not good, and I can't really find that out at the comic book shop, so I literally just give them away if I don't like a story. So I've given away like almost the equivalent of like half of a box of the box that I just showed you in the beginning, because a lot of those were not that good. So the ones that are good are the ones I'm showing you now. So there's a lot that I actually did buy that I don't have anymore. This series, so good. Love, love, love. The artwork and the coloring was very good in it too. This one was very good. I think this one came out the same year as, around the same time as Multiverse of Madness, I believe. The reason this is not the whole numbers is because most of them were available on the Marvel Unlimited app, so I had to catch up with this storyline too in person. This entire Fantastic Four run spanned like from like 2018 to like now. It's crazy how it took so long, but this Fantastic Four run was so good. And the artists were very, very good as well. The artwork was spectacular. I think it's the Dan Slott. I think this is the Dan Slott run too. Like the first two omnibuses that he has. Very, very good too. That whole Fantastic Four run is so good. So then it bleeds into the Judgment Day. Okay, these two. This is the same thing, but these two Fantastic Four are like the new ones. Sorry, but like the artwork inside, not the cover. The cover's freaking amazing by Alex Ross. This one I had to get from Amazon because, yeah, love this one. No, because the Fantastic Four one, the new series, like that one single issue, like the art was not it. Sorry to the artist, but like literally, I cannot read or keep a comic book if I don't like the artwork. Like that's literally how I am. The Legion of X artwork is very good. Especially the one from yesterday. I think it's like issue 10 or something like that. It's very, very good. If somebody wants to do the math and tell me how many I have, that'd be great, because I have no idea literally how many I have. But I literally have so many more than I thought I did. Here's Legion of X continuation of that. That like ray of sunlight is getting me very annoyed. This one's a pretty cool cover. So all of these X titles bleed into the Judgment Day storyline. I bought this one way back in March because I literally just wanted the cover. This Midnight Suns run is still going on currently. It's pretty good so far. I think the never mind. This artwork is so good in this cover. Look at that. After the 30th issue, I believe, of New Mutants, I stopped collecting it because the artwork got to be like not the vibe, if you know what I mean. But the artwork in these was pretty good. Look at Madeline Pryor. She looks wild. No, but the New Mutants run felt like a long run. So after 30 with, I forgot the name of the artist or the story writer. But once I got to 31, I literally stopped collecting it because the artwork in this one inside was just not it. So I stopped collecting it, literally. I think I'm gonna put that to the side. This pile's too big. No, because when I saw this, I was like, no, I have to buy. This was back in June, clearly. I actually don't care about Sabretooth, but this story is very good and the artwork is good too. So like, for example, like Wolverine, I don't really care to like collect Wolverine, but you're gonna see how many Wolverine I have and you're gonna be like, wait, what? I like Wolverine, but I don't care to like collect his comics. But the thing is, the story has been so good with Wolverine, so that's why I keep collecting it. I have to make a new pile, I think, for this one. These are good. I don't know whatever happened to this, because I only collected 2 issues of the Black Flamingo. And I should have been subscribed to it. I guess I wasn't. This sword, like miniseries was so wild. This one's okay. This one was good. I don't even know what this is about or who it is, but that one was good. This is really good too. I should have been subscribed to it, but I only collected 2 because when I go to the comic book store, they have, because sometimes, this one's okay. This one's actually good. Because sometimes when I go in, it's at the very morning when there's a line, but very rarely do I do that now. But the Teen Titans one, that Blood Pact one, it's actually really good, but I'm probably gonna have to wait till they come out on the DC Universe app. This cover's really good. Am I the only one confused what happened to... Fuck, what's his name? I forgot his name. Kid Omega. What happened to him? I'm so confused. I've been following every issue and then I don't remember where it happened, but he literally just stopped appearing. And he was literally keeping the series afloat. I mean, not afloat, but like, he's just like so funny, to be honest. I can't wait to see him in the MCU. That would be so cool, him and Jean. I don't literally care for X-Force like at all, but once again, the story and the artwork is very, very, very good. So that's what keeps me hooked, literally. And then the whole evil beast, or what do they call it? What's that term that they give him? I don't know what it is. But him going rogue and being bad, it's honestly very annoying. Like, I don't like bad beasts, to be honest, but whatever. No, because if you know me, you know I had to have this cover. Because this is probably one of my favorite covers of any comic book I have. Like, look at that. This was from the Hellfire Gala for 2022. That is just so sick. Love that. Of course I had to collect these. I love the X-Men cartoon. So the fact that they even made a comic book in that like style is just pretty epic. This, I feel like this here in my hands is going to be it's going to be worth a lot of money later. I just have a hunch about it. And even the back is the continuation of the cover. So it's very interesting that the Immortal X-Men run turns into Immoral X-Men by the end of January. And I think it's either the end of January or February of this year. It starts, I think it's 10, I think it's actually 100 years in the future. This whole like Sins of Sinister series that's gonna go on. So let's see how that goes. I am subscribed to it because I want to see if it's good or not. If it's not good, I don't think I'm gonna I don't think I'm gonna collect those. Because to be honest, I'd rather have trade paperbacks, but even those can stack up like so fast. So by that point, I kind of would rather just have, I love this cover, it's so cute. At that point, I'd rather just have, I'd rather just read it on the Marvel Unlimited app if I'm gonna wait for the trade paperbacks, you know? Because I would only buy trade paperbacks that I like really the X-Men ones. Like the good X-Men ones. Not like every single tie-in. Like the main X-Men titles is what I mean. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like I would read the X-Force and like X-Men Red on the app, and then the trade paperbacks I would collect. I mean the trade paperbacks of the X-Men main storyline I would collect probably. Like that X-Men omnibus that I have by Jonathan Hickman. That is one of my favorite omnibus that I have because the artwork and the storyline is just perfect. Like the artwork is so perfect. Typically I don't really like art that's too watercolory. For example, like New Mutants, like the current New Mutants run. I'm speaking issue 30 and before that, not like the current up to date right now. But like issue 30 and before that, that artwork was as watercolory as I like, a little too much. But like the X-Men main titles, are like watercolored like perfectly. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not too much and it's just perfect. So then this storyline was really freaking good. X Lives of Wolverine. I swear it's X Lives and not 10 Lives. Or so you're supposed to read these like this. X Lives of Wolverine, X Deaths of Wolverine, and then you go back and forth with that. Let me start a new pile here actually. That, so you read it X Lives, X Deaths, X Lives, X Deaths. That's the proper way to read it. I had no idea what I was doing when I was starting reading these storylines and the tie-ins, so I had to go on Google and find lots of different threads of how to read these, all of these issues correctly, and that really helped me a lot. And I recommend you do that as well, because unless you really don't care and you just want to read just to read, but I promise you it'll help because it makes, what's the word? Like, I guess comprehension so much better, and like the cohesiveness of the stories. Okay, so we are on to the very last section of books that I have, but I have a challenge for you if you didn't pay attention to the first part. Tell me how many single issues I have, because I literally have no idea and I really don't want to count. So leave a comment below and tell me how many I have. That would be very appreciated. I don't really know why I want to know, but I really just am curious. And I don't feel like counting it myself. No, but I have to say before I finish this section, before I finish the video, that I don't know what it is, but no matter who's writing like the current X-Men runs, like since 2020, I think it's like since 2020, because that's when I started the story of Krakoa, or 2019, I believe. That's how far back they go, but I started reading them in 2022. So I read hundreds of issues to catch up to the current comics. But what I'm saying with that is that no matter who writes X-Men, like the current runs, I have no idea why, but it's so good. It is my favorite thing out of everything that I own. The main X-Men run and then like the Immortal X-Men. I don't know what it is, but like X-Men is just like on my mind 24/7. It is like the best thing ever. And the reason why I'm starting at 7 in my single issues is because I have 1 through 6 collected in a trade paperback form. I'm going to make a video on my trade paperbacks and my hardcovers and my omnibus maybe next week. I'm not sure, but I do need to make a video on that because I just feel like I should. So here is going to be number 7 with Captain Krakoa there. I'm not going to tell you who that is or why that is, but that's for you to find out. I just like eat, sleep, and breathe X-Men, and it is my favorite thing. The Nimrod is so scary, and the Nimrod is literally back. I can't wait for that to be in the MCU. That's gonna be a huge threat, and if they have like Orcus as well in the MCU, that's gonna be a huge threat. I had posted a TikTok before as to like my ideas on like what X-Men they should have, like storylines. I don't even remember what I said, but if I were like the people at Marvel, I would be very lost because there's just so many. Oh my god, this cover is the best. Just look at that. I can see a video game in this in this style. That would be so sick. Marvel needs to let me create a video game because I'm gonna do Jean Grey and Phoenix correctly, as well as all the other X-Men and their power sets. No, I keep getting distracted. Sorry. There's just, I would be so lost at Marvel if I were them because I would have no idea at all like what X-Men storyline to do. There's just too many good ones. I don't know what happened to my Exterminators 1 because I had issue 1. Literally don't know where what happened to it. So the Wolverines, I had read them on the app. That's why I started my single issues at 19. You can collect, I don't know how far the collected edition, like the trade paperback, goes up to what number currently, but you can collect these in trade paperback or hardcover. I think I have another challenge for you guys. What storylines? Oh, here's my Exterminators. I'm going to put it to the side so I can fit it in there correctly. I have a challenge for you guys. Tell me in the comments what storyline or storylines, obviously, would be best for X-Men to be in the MCU. Like, let me know because that would be so fun to know that. And just play around with like the storylines like that. I actually have one more section. I really didn't want to do this, but I'll show you what I have for 2023 collected so far. I'll be right back. So this is a sneak peek of what I have collected so far for 2023. We're only almost 2 weeks into 2023 and I already have these collected. I wanted to also add that it's just so weird, like the fact that I love single issues because you can collect all these different artwork covers, but then it becomes like so much in terms of like how much stuff you have overall in terms of like hoarding. And then because I really love like the trade paperback and how everything's in like one book, not everything, but like, you know what I mean? And then the whole thing with Omnibus, I hate that it's so hard to read Omnibus when I'm like trying to sit down on my couch and relax because I can't really just prop up the book on my knees or like my legs. because that book is giant and it literally weighs you down. So you kind of have to read it like on a table and then have your like neck craning over to read the book. I don't know, it's just like very annoying because like I love the fact that I have all the issues in one book, but then it's like really hard to read that one book, so then I prefer the paperbacks or the hardcovers, but then I want everything in like one book and I don't want to collect like so much stuff, and so it's like it's so annoying. No, but my goal for this year, to be honest, is to at the comic book store literally like skim through the comics that I find, because I remember in 2022 I saw a cover of a comic book and maybe saw like one page of it or didn't even look at it and then just bought it just because I liked the cover. I am not going to do that this year because then I end up spending money on things that I don't even like, that I literally just like the artwork for. So that is my goal for this year, to literally stop buying stuff just because the cover art looks good. Because a lot of times, and it's happened to me so many times last year, and I can't believe I haven't learned my lesson, a lot of times the artwork inside or the story is like flop. So yeah, I need to like not do that. So this is what we have for this year so far, and I'm going to mention these again in my probably next January or this following December, this coming December of 2023, of all the stuff I collected this year. So we have Wolverine 29. Artwork's really cool. This is the storyline that I'm following, okay? I'm not buying that because of the artwork. I'm just mentioning that the artwork is really cool. This one. X-Men Red. I think this run is almost done. I think the Wolverine run might still be continuing. But I think X-Men Red is done. And I think maybe X-Force might be done. I don't know, actually. And then here is the one that when I went to pick it up, it was all sold out. But thank God for having a pull box. This is going to be a... I don't know if it's going to be a 6-issue series or how many issues it's going to be, but this is something that everybody wants and everyone is like dying to have and dying to get. And to be honest, it was okay. Like the cover art, what's his name? I think his name is Jonathan Dodderman. He's not even listed here, but he did the artwork for this. I've seen his Twitter and I've seen him do, I believe he did most of the, I think that's his name, Jonathan Dodderman. I think he did most of the Hellfire Gala outfits, but this is his style of artwork and I love it so much. It's so good and very, very modern, but it like works. The artwork in here has nothing to do with him, but because he did the cover art, but he didn't do the actual comic book. The artwork in the actual comic book was kind of like meh, and Scarlet Witch looks kind of meh, to be honest. Also, I don't know if it's Jonathan's doing or whose it is, but sorry to the artist, but this whole like magic, what do you call it? This whole magic like trail with her hair, it looks very ugly. Sorry, but like it looks very, very ugly, especially when it's in the comic book storyline inside. It just looks very bad. And I get what they're trying to do with it, and I get like the vision of it, but it just doesn't look good. I don't know, it just looks very bad. I don't know how else to say it, but that's just my opinion and I don't know if you care. The artwork in this one is so good. I love that style. This was very interesting as well. And this is basically all I have for 2023. And then these are just the previews of what's to come this year. There's so much that's coming out this year. I posted like the coolest stuff that's coming out this year in my TikTok. I didn't really plan on showing you guys this, but I guess I can. But yeah, that's basically my collection so far. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I should be collecting. Let me know what I should be reading. Sorry, not collecting. I'm going to read it first, and then if I like it, I'll collect it, because I'm probably going to look it up in the Marvel Unlimited app first. Currently, if you guys just want to know, I just finished reading Justice League Volume 1 by Scott Snyder. I know I'm very late on that, but I don't care because it's very, very good. See, here's the Immoral X-Men that I was talking about. And then I just finished reading Injustice Year 1. That was very good. But I'm currently reading... I hope this Doctor Strange is very good. Sorry, but like the whole Strange #1, like with Clea, that whole series, I don't know why, but like that whole series is like flop to me because she just seems like a flop. I don't know how else to explain it, but she's just not like cool. But the film version of her, like the MCU version of her with Charlize Theron or Charlize Theron, I forgot, I don't know how to pronounce her name correctly, sorry. But she's gonna make that character, she's gonna like redeem that character because that character, sorry, but in the comics to me, like sucks. And like the way she looks and the, I don't know, like the whole persona of her is just like very like, I don't know, she just seems lame and I'm not convinced by her. But I am convinced by Doctor Strange. No, but I'm currently reading, I think it's like issue number 19 or 18 of the Totality War on Justice League. I'm reading that on the DC Unlimited app. And then I kind of stopped reading Uncanny X-Force from like, I think it's like 2015 or 2016, something like that, on the Marvel Unlimited app. So I could read the Justice League one. But that Justice League run is very, very good. And I'm really excited to see how much better these comic books get and like what they have in store for this year. X-Men Unforgiven. So that's it. Let me know what I should really read. I really love multiversal stuff. So that's why I'm really loving the Totality War of Justice League. And the artwork is super good too on that. But let me know what else I should collect and what I'm missing and anything with really, really good artwork. Just let me know in the comments and then let me know what you think about the X-Men storylines that the MCU should do. Because if I were them, I'd be so lost and so confused because they're all so good.